Now, I think there's a lot of propaganda, a lot of hype about the press having been freed in Pakistan. Compared to, out of the 60 years of the existence of Pakistan, the first 40 was spent under complete censorship. Since then, of course, there has been liberalization, there's been opening up of space and so on and so forth. But to call it completely free, I think, would be exaggeration. We still have pressures from government. We don't have the old system of censorship anymore, which included press advice and worse things. But we do have pressures and inducements. So, government usually gets its way, but increasingly in recent years has been finding it difficult to manage the media because, freedom is a very strange thing. Once you taste a little, you want more. And that's exactly what has happened in the last 20 years or so in Pakistan. The comparative, relative liberalization of the media, incremental liberalization of the media, whether print and now in recent years electronic. The media practitioner, the working journalist, has really tasted that freedom, got the bit between his teeth and run away with it. So you could say governments today are not able to manage or manipulate or control the media to the same extent as they were in the past, but it's not completely free.
There are some journalists in prison for free expression.
Currently, I'm not aware of any such case, but there are other ways to silence journalists. They have been killed, journalists have been killed, or they are deprived of access to certain areas of the country, particularly in the tribal areas of the Northwest Frontier Province, which today are in the front line of the war on terror, and the province of Balochistan, where there's an insurgency going on, quite separate insurgency for either provincial autonomy or independence. There too access is denied. So the sources of news and reports about these areas where access is denied is obviously the government or official handouts, hardly adequate. And particularly in the tribal areas of Frontier Province, where militancy and religious extremism and local Taliban now are emerging, there have been cases of journalists being killed for reporting critically on what is going on.
Who are the owners of the main media now in Pakistan?
Who are they, meaning what is their profile?
The owners, yes.
Well, there are some older media groups. The major English papers, for example. One is Dawn, owned by a family. It's a paper that predates independence and is the major English newspaper. There are at least 4 other major national English dailies. There is The News, there is The Nation, Daily Times, and the paper with which I was last associated, which I launched and edited for about 2.5 years, called The Post. Apart from this, there is a whole array of Urdu newspapers. And some of these Urdu newspapers actually belong to the same media group that publishes also English newspapers. The owners tend to be in the older media houses, with the exception of Dawn, which is probably the only newspaper that still has a very well-established institution of professional editor. Maybe a couple of others, but apart from that, usually what is happening is both in the older media houses and the new ones that have come up in recent years, the owners also put on the cap of the editor. So you have owner editors, which, as I'm sure you appreciate, creates pressures from within, because the divide between editorial ethics or editorial considerations and commercial considerations